Be happy for this moment. This moment is your life. There are many reasons why I picked this quote, but put simply, it's because it just fits Clannad well. Clannad isn't your run-of-the-mill slice-of-life drama anime. It's much more than that, and I'll be going more into detail about it later. Episode 1. General Information. Let's start with some general information. Clannad is a slice-of-life comedy and romantic anime. It was first aired on October 5th, 2007, and last aired on March 28th, 2008. There are 4 producers, 1 licensor, and 1 studio. More importantly, the original creator was Visual Arts and Key. He was the original creator to around 7 different series, including manga. Clannad had a total of 23 episodes, 2 of which were OVAs, mentioned later. Each episode is 24 minutes long, meaning it would take around 9 hours to complete. Clannad After Story was first aired on October 3rd, 2008, and last aired on March 27th, 2009. It has a total of 25 episodes, each being 24 minutes long. There wasn't much change to the staff, but there was slight additions and removals. Episode 2. Story. The story is good. Clannad revolves around Tomoya Okazaki, a high school student. He isn't the best of students as he is always late and sleeps in class. He also hates the town he lives in. He's friends with Yohei Tsunohara, a delinquent very similar to himself. One day while walking to school, he sees another student from his school and captures his attention. He later finds out that her name is Nagisa Furukawa, and he is repeating her last year because of her many absences. She also wants to be a part of the drama club, but later on realizes that the club has disbanded. Throughout the anime, Tomoya and Nagisa make it their goal to get the drama club back together again. Along the way, they meet many other characters that help and contribute to the overall season. Clannad After Story is different to Clannad. Clannad After Story is after Tomoya and most of his friends finish high school and move on to college. They all ultimately disband, except for Tomoya and Nagisa, who choose to stay regardless of Tomoya's feelings about the town. Throughout the season, Tomoya learns the hard truth about life, and that life is filled with difficulties, but it's better to be with the ones you love and care for than to be alone. Clannad's story isn't an original one. There are millions of high school animes everywhere. Romance is also overused in the anime scene. However, there are some inclusions that the anime has that many others don't. As an example, throughout Clannad and After Story, there are parts in the episodes where there is a girl and a robot. The girl is in the illusionary world, a land where nothing can be born. She creates a doll made out of garbage that somehow gains life. The doll convinces the girl to leave the world, and they try to create a flying machine. It's a side plot that goes into the main plot well, and at the same time, it does so in a secret fashion. It creates many theories that makes the series even better and has you interested in the what ifs. Clannad After Story is probably the best season out of the 2. It also happens to be a pretty sentimental one. Tomoya is a lot more serious in the season. It is expected since he is an adult at this point. The season also has many themes behind it that can be applied to real life. It's also a good example of a slice of life since it often focuses on the day-to-day life of an adult. Clannad After Story is a very sentimental season for many reasons related to loss. Episode 3. Characters. Like I previously mentioned, Tomoya Okazaki goes to high school. He hated his school and town and would slack off a lot. Then he met Nagisa Furukawa, which changed his life for the better as seen throughout the anime. He slightly changes from season 1 into season 2 seen from his attitude. He became a lot more serious, which restricted the number of jokes made in Clannad After Story. Nagisa Furukawa also goes to the same high school as Tomoya. She is a shy girl and is also the main female protagonist. She's also self-deprecating. She doesn't care for herself and only for others. She has a great personality for an anime like Clannad, as she helps Tomoya in the anime. Yohei Tsunohara is friends with them. He is similar to Tomoya with his school habits, but he is very clumsy. After Tomoya met Nagisa, Tomoya rarely hung out with Tsunohara. He was serious in some episodes, but overall he was clumsy and was the character that gave the jokes and punchlines. This anime really unpacks the characters well. Each character is a part of their own side plot and arcs, even if they weren't important. It gave the audience more of an understanding of the characters within it. For example, a character that was partly in the anime to help Tomoya with his relationship with Nagisa, Yukine, has her own side plot and after story. This side plot really ended well and I'm glad they did it. Episode 4. Humor. The humor is decent. Like I said before, there isn't any humor in After Story, so I can't give a rating for it. However, Clannad has plenty of them. Are they good? In my Overlord 2 review, I mentioned that you should never repeat the same joke over and over again. This includes Clannad as well. A supporting character in the anime, Tomoyo Sakagami, is a part of a running gag in the anime with Tsunohara. In one episode, Tomoya and many other students see that there are some bullies with motorcycles outside. Tomoya makes them leave by fighting them, and Tsunohara believes that she faked it. So in almost every episode, he challenges her to a fight, and obviously he always loses. Episode 5. Romance. Jealousy. Oh, jealousy. Something that is used in many romantic shows. This anime doesn't have a lot of it, but it is there. Another two supporting characters, Ryu and Q, are both sisters. Q mentions to Tomoya that he spent a lot of time with Nagisa and she spent time with her and Ryu. She knew that Ryu had a crush on Tomoya, so she helped her eat with him. She herself had a crush on him as well. The audio in this anime is great. There are no audio errors or any obvious ones. The voice actors do their job really well of conveying the character. Onto the opening and ending theme. They are also great. The opening theme of both seasons are your run-of-the-mill, drama-filled and romantic Japanese opening. The ending theme for Clannad is one of the best ending themes I've probably ever seen. It's cute, it's relevant to the anime, and it's very good overall. The song is about dangos, a food and a character in the anime. Something awesome about the song is that dangos are real food, which is dumplings. The song is very upbeat and happy, as well as it relates to the anime. Unfortunately, the entire ending theme changed to your run-of-the-mill, drama-filled and romantic Japanese ending in Season 2. Episode 7. Animation. The animation is great. Since this anime started in 2007, this anime has the same art style as an old anime would, like Dragon Ball Z. The art style also looks like a drama and romance type anime, so it doesn't have its own unique art style. In fact, Kyoto Animation is the mastermind behind the animation production. Shows like Air, Canon, and Clannad have similar art style, as Kyoto Animation is the only animation production. However, Kyoto doesn't only have this art style. They're also part of many other animes like Lucky Star, A Silent Voice, and a few others. If you compare these animations to an anime like Clannad, it's pretty evident that they are different. I think that it's pretty cool that they have different types of animation. Episode 8. Manga. I know that for myself, whenever I finish an anime, I would want to read the manga, to see if it has anything that wasn't shown in the anime. Most animes use the manga itself to guide itself all the way to the end, however. This anime does that, mainly because they are both created by Visual Arts and Key. The anime doesn't use the order that the manga uses for the side plots, and it's confusing. Also, the manga hasn't finished translation, so you should just give up, as it doesn't look like any other volumes will be translated soon. Episode 9. Merchandising. Before giving my final review, I want to talk about the merchandising. As I mentioned before, you shouldn't buy the manga unless you want to experience the show again and you know Japanese. The OST of Clannad is $16 or 99 cents per song. You get 56 songs within it. Is it worth it? Yeah, the songs are sentimental and overall pretty good. Now the start of this section, the visual novels. Clannad is on Steam, PS4, and a few others. It's $50, so it's almost full price. I personally wouldn't buy it as it doesn't look very good from the pictures. If you are a diehard fan of the series and want more, however, you could get this. It might not meet your expectations, however. To end off this review, I would like to give this anime my rating. Even though there are some things that aren't good about the anime, it still is good and deserves an 8 out of 10. Clannad After Story is a very sentimental anime that teaches the theme of life, which is why it gets an 8.625 out of 10. Overall, the series gets an 8.3125 out of 10. Here is a table of my review. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, leave a like and consider subscribing. I'm going back into uploading after that hiatus, but expect a video a month. Check the links down below for any relevant information. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys next month.